There is an integrated message system that transcends time and dimensionalities, a message so intricately conceived, so masterfully executed, yet so disdainfully despised. A question comes into being: is it true? Better yet, what is truth? Truth does not fall within the purview of the conundrum of your subjective philosophy, because that itself is an objective claim. Truth, however, corresponds to reality. The bigger question is, how do we know what is real? Through our senses, memory, and reason, correct? Bigger question, how do you know if our senses, memory, and reason are working correctly? Are we not implementing them when we test them? We presuppose their validity. Could you therefore be wrong about everything you think you know? If you had invalid cognitive faculties, there is no way to answer this, and if yes, you have just thrown away knowledge. Let me explain. If I said the speed of the road is 25 miles per hour, but I could be wrong, do I then know the speed of the road? You getting it? This is called an endless regress. The only way to know anything then is to know everything, solidifying certainty. Or have imputed knowledge from one who does know everything. If I had a fictitious conception of reality, this ultimately means my view of the world can be privately manipulated without my knowledge, to the beneficiary of the manipulator. Think of a mouse on a wheel. To him, the confines of the wheel are his purpose and being. If I was to place my finger on the wheel, creating resistance, I am now manipulating his fictitious view of reality. But in fact, I am not changing anything significant, as my reach is the depth only to the wheel and the mouse's enslavement too. Yet outside of the wheel, the mouse is free from the confines of my maligned incarceration, through worthy instruction and correction. But there is a message, and there is a force prohibiting you from perceiving its truth, the source of truth being its essence and therefore worthy of trust. Throughout history, brave men have communicated this with vast strife, struggles, and persecutions, yet this message is perfectly intact. This message screams once in the defining fact that truth became flesh and dwelt among us.
Biblical Christianity. God becomes a man and Jesus Christ lives a perfect life, never sins a thought, word, or deed. He displays his miracles. He was prophesied in the Old Testament, 350 prophecies. He fulfills these prophecies. He lives a perfect life without sin. He's born miraculously. He dies upon a cross. To Revelation 1:18. I am he who rose dead and is now alive. I hold the keys of hell and of death. Jesus Christ rose 3 days later, and he said, any man who believe in me, even though he should die, he will live.